Welcome to another highly questionable round of shenanigans. What do you like today, Bomani?
Well, now the football's done with, I guess we'll focus on running Melo out of New York.
Dale, papi.
The last night's game proved that the Wizards are a real threat to the Cavaliers in this.
Real fun game. Maybe the most fun basketball game I've seen all year. It goes into overtime. Look how it went into overtime because LeBron was a disaster before this, but then clutch, Jones, clutch. Didn't mean that to happen. That was totally lucky.
But we're still going to give him clutch points.
Yes.
Doesn't matter that he hit it off the glass when he probably wasn't trying to.
Or that he missed a rebound that allowed a Morris putback, or that he missed a very easy layup with 8 seconds left. No is the answer to this question. Washington somehow lost in overtime at home after winning 17 straight at home. LeBron had fouled out to a team without LeBron on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a team with Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving on it, though, right? Now, one thing you have to look at is say, though, they got 3 guys on the perimeter that you have to guard as Otto Porter Jr. somehow figured out how to play basketball again after seemingly losing track of that for a couple of years after he left Georgetown. I don't know how convinced I am the Wizards can compete with the Cavs. Let me tell you what I am convinced of. Scott Brooks is a coach that I never thought very much of, but this team is way better than they were last year. Am I about to give credit to Scott Brooks? Nope. I'm going to take a chance to remind you how bad Randy Whitman was. In fact, look at it right here. The dude can't even figure out that it's the same no matter how you turn the damn board.
Yes.
He just made a lucky shot. That was a lucky shot. He
was a
shoot
lucky
the ball,
shot.
he closed his eyes, and he prayed, and it went in. What
it
else?
did go in.
What else?
I mean, it was. It was a lucky shot. There's no disputing that.
Lucky
Then he
shot.
immediately fouled out and let his teammates win the game for it.
Off the board? Are you kidding me?
This is such dedicated hatred from an otherwise really nice man.
Do you believe the report that LeBron wants to trade Kevin Love for Melo is trash?
All right, my guy Frank Isola at the New York Daily News. He's saying that LeBron is saying if you have to trade Kevin Love in order to get Carmelo, trade Kevin Love in order to get Carmelo. LeBron, however, seems to take umbrage with our man Frank.
Can you imagine this team without Kevin Love, LeBron?
Nope.
There was a report in the New York Post today. You're probably familiar with it.
I heard about it. It's trash. And the guy who wrote it is trash, too, for writing that, especially during a game like that. So, you know, it's always about outside noise, and that's just outside noise. For us, we got to focus on what needs to be done in order for us to continue to compete for a championship, and we got who we got. Our GM will do a great job of, you know, figuring out if we need something else, but right now we're in a good place.
Now, look, I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't think that Frank just made that up. I don't think that if Frank was telling the truth, LeBron would then tell us that he was telling the truth. What I also don't think getting Carmelo helps that team. That overtime game you saw last night, look at that rebound and outlet pass they got from Kevin Love. You're not just giving any old body away. I think that would make the team worse, and I would think LeBron would know that too.
I love, though, what is happening with LeBron. We saw this happen with Kobe when he got into his 30s. He used to be trying to behave like copycat Michael Jordan. Then he started cursing in interviews. We didn't see this from Michael Jordan until his Hall of Fame speech. I want this LeBron for the rest of his career. Calling people names, calling people out. I can't get quite enough of that.
To be fair, though, it was 6 years ago that he kind of sort of intimated that the rest of you wanted to be him and he was living a good life and you were miserable.
He did that from an insecure place. He's doing this from a confident one.
Are you kidding me? You believe anything LeBron says? He says, no, I'm not leaving Cleveland, and then he went to Miami. Then he came to Miami, he says, I'm not leaving Miami, and then he went to Cleveland. Now he says, I need the playmaker, and now he says, no, I don't need the playmaker. You don't believe anything the guy says. Come on.
He's not wrong.
Will the Knicks' blowout loss to the Lakers make Carmelo any more likely to waive his no-trade clause?
They lose to a bad Lakers team at home by double digits. They were never in the game. They didn't play any defense. I don't know why he'd be more likely to waive the no-trade clause than he was last week or the week before that or a month before that. The Knicks stink. The Knicks have stunk for a while. The Knicks aren't going to get any better, but why today? Why now? Just because they lost last night to the Lakers?
Yeah, being sorry is going to make him waive the no-trade clause. He didn't ever sign with them in the first place because they've been sorry for quite a long time. But if there's anything that might make Melo decide he doesn't want to be a Knick so much, it's the fact that the fans seem pretty clear that they don't want him to be a Knick anymore. That game on Saturday night, he's getting booed holding for the last shot like he's not Carmelo Anthony or something. If something were to make him turn, I think it would be that. The Knicks being sorry, no, he signed up for that.
You know, he should eliminate his no-trade clause. You know, there is a team that he can really help, has won 11 straight games now. They're going into a 12-game winning streak. You know, I'll think about it real carefully, Melo.
Right, Miami. Who would you trade for him, Papi? Who would you trade? The Miami Heat would trade...
Luke Babbitt.
Luke Babbitt.
That's
You can
it.
have
What a
Luke
deal.
Babbitt. There it is.
That's it.
What do you think, Knicks?
That's it. He's a three-point shooter.
Yes.
I mean, Melo is a three-point shooter. You know, it's a swap. 1-2-1.
I thought he was going to go Okaro White, but he wouldn't even trade Okaro White right now.
No, that guy, are you kidding me?
Right, they're 11-0 with Okaro White.
That's right.
He would never trade Okaro White for
You got to
Melo.
keep that guy going.
Yeah.
You laugh at me. You laugh at me. You guys ain't laughing anymore, eh?
We're still laughing.
Shook Boogie Cousins shoving a Bulls assistant coach makes Vlade Divac rethink keeping him.
All right, Vlade Divac, but I thought he did pretty well. Now, of note, this can't be that much of a shove considering it's only the 4th topic on the list. Like, if this is a real Boogie Cousins shove, we're starting off the nightly news with it. But here we go, and I have one question for you here. Who pushed whom first? Matt Barnes? Because it looked like the coach pushed Boogie when Boogie was trying to get them to call a technical foul, which I think is fairly ironic. You also wind up later with Matt Barnes and the coach pushing each other a lot. And we're talking about Boogie Cousins.
Well, that one's funny, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, we are talking about Boogie Cousins. It seemed like Matt Barnes, who's always looking for a fight wherever there's a fight, anywhere there's a fight. It felt like Matt Barnes was worse. We don't care about him as much. You know why? Because he's not as good.
But the coach seems to be the person that is pushing everybody. I just love the fact that it's Boogie like, hey, don't you think that's a technical foul on that guy? Because if anybody knows about technical fouls, it's me.
Let's show another video here of a far worse shove that we are not making nearly enough of. Let's show Kirk Cousins shoving that volunteer referee that we talked about yesterday. That's a worse shove. Can you imagine if Boogie Cousins did this to a volunteer referee? It'd leave the show right here.
Do you understand Steve Sarkisian leaving Alabama for the Falcons?
This is a fairly startling news item and a fairly startlingly quick reinvention. The last head coaching job this guy had, he was fired for drinking on the job. The only thing he's done professionally since then is lose the national championship in one game, the one game where he was coaching Alabama, and now he gets to reinvent himself entirely. You don't usually see this. I know that alcoholism is a disease, but usually this is not the way this works, where you get to come back this quickly and go right back to the top of the food chain.
Now, the question, though, was, do I understand why he would do that? Would you want to work for Nick Saban? Now, take working for Nick Saban and then add to it going all across America, kissing up to all these kids to make them want to come play for you. No, being an offensive coordinator in the NFL seems like a much better job than being an offensive coordinator at Alabama. But the fact that someone trusts Sarkisian already to take this job, I honestly hope that he's ready for it, because that's the biggest question. He couldn't handle it when he was at USC. Hopefully he can handle it now.
You know, people in Florida Atlantic are looking for Lane Kiffin today and say, where is Lane Kiffin today? He packed his car. He's going on his way to Alabama now.
Yeah, my job's open. I'm leaving here.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Look at this, though. Vince Carter blocked. LaMarcus Aldridge blocked. And he was so exhausted that he immediately asked out of the game, tired with creaking joints. I'm not even making that up.
Time to play the game that is packing some serious heat. Do you question?
I hope he means a gun. You give us topics and events, and we question them.
He doesn't.
Do you question if this is more impressive than dunking at age 40?
Is this a Vince Carter highlight? Keep in mind, Memphis and San Antonio played last night. It was a horrific basketball game. Memphis won by 15. San Antonio barely scored 70 points because of the defense of Vince Carter.
Oh, that's who he plays for?
Look at this, though. Vince Carter blocked. LaMarcus Aldridge blocked. And he was so exhausted that he immediately asked out of the game, tired with creaking joints. I'm not even making that up. He was so tired from that exertion that he went to the sidelines a few minutes afterwards.
He also had 2 more blocks before the end of the game, and I don't know if that is necessary. Oh, don't do that. Oh, come on, man. Don't do that. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily more impressive than dunking at 40. However, I don't know how much more embarrassing it gets for LaMarcus Aldridge and Kyle Anderson to have your shots blocked by a 40-year-old man.
Vince Carter. What is he, 1 or 2 years older than I am?
My father watched him as a youngster in the league. As a youngster, my father. As a baby, my father watched Vince Carter's first years in Toronto.
Do you question who started it?
We're going out to youth hockey in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, I miss you, football.
Why is Nancy going in the box?
Whoa!
Oh, what just happened there? Why did that guy shove the referee who didn't look graceful falling down?
The guy, I'm sorry, you mean the kid?
The kid, what happened? Why did the kid shove him? Who started that?
And
Let's
how
see.
come there's not an internet campaign to have that kid arrested?
Yeah, the kid
oh.
started it. Kid started it.
And-
Elbow.
but the ref also
Yeah.
continued it. You don't have a continuing fight
Right.
with a child in that
Right.
situation. Knock him out or walk away. Those are two options.
Well, it could have been worse for that ref. Look at this now.
What do we have here?
600 номер, на скамейку проедем.
Oh, that sounds Russian.
За физический контакт с судьей.
Whoa.
Oh, jeez. Oh, good God. Yes, I suppose it could have been worse.
Boogie Cousins, by the way, is somewhere watching our show trying to figure out why anybody's talking about him.
Right. Can you imagine if Boogie Cousins did that? Why would he be doing that? It's a basketball game. Why would he have a hockey stick?
Oh, they called a National Guard. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize this video was going on for so long. My fault.
Somebody just took a hatchet to the camera.
That was his head rolling off.
Oh, that was his head rolling off. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Do you question how this got in there?
This? There? What got in where?
A woman's skull.
Oh.
It's in India, by the way.
Oh, that's right. I heard about this story. Yes, this is in a woman's skull.
Yes, you heard it when the producers told you, and you had forgotten until I said it again.
It was there for 12 hours, Bomani.
Oh,
Yes, it lived in her skull for 12 hours. Wait till you see it. It crawled through her nose. This is disgusting.
that's an impressive camera, by the way.
Oh my God. They got it out through suction. They sucked it out. Look at this. Look at the size of this thing. She felt it, Bomani, in her skull crawling around.
How many times did she hit herself upside the head trying to do something about it before she went to the doctor?
Oh, can you imagine?
Yikes.
It was living in her skull. A full-grown cockroach.
Ooh.
Ah!
Ma'am, I'm going to need you to tidy up around the house. Like, I understand it right now. You might not feel like being judged, but I'm judging the hell out of you at this moment.
How hard a sleeper are you? That crawled through your nose and you slept through it.
That thing could never get through my nose. I got too much hair.
No,
I'm
he
safe.
could
That's
get in
right,
there.
that's right.
Hey, he could get we could find
Yeah.
some rodents in there.
Now, the back of Dan's head, it could get to his skull that way.
Coming up next on my son's TV show. No, I know that.
Bogdanovich. I'm avoiding the question because I don't know the coach of the
Coach,
Nets.
man.
I don't know the coach of the Nets. Do you know the coach of the Nets? He doesn't know he's the coach of the Nets.
Really, who knows who the coach of the Nets
Nobody
is?
knows. You can't even get it on Google.
I told her she ain't coming with us. She know I got this money with us. She know ain't nothing between us. She wasn't on until the ganja pull up. Until the ganja pull up. Ganja pull up. Until the ganja pull up. Ganja pull up. Until the ganja pull up. Ganja pull up. Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time for another one of my sexy interview medleys.
Sexy? They're not so sexy. I don't know why he's making those faces. You know what this is. Some of the best interview moments. We like our interviews around here. Here's some of the better moments. Can you finally give us an answer to a question that we've had around here for a long time? You were very good friends with Biggie. Story to tell. Who was it about? Give us the nick. Like, you're the closest we're going to get to this.
The guy, I could tell you, but I don't want to be disrespectful. But it was about Anthony Mason. Rest in peace.
Oh, it
So,
was.
like-
He's got it.
We got it.
We
So
just
you
got it.
know. You know.
I mean, it's been like that was like, it was about Ann Mason. And Ann Mason's my brother. I love Ann Mason. But you gotta also know that rappers, this is entertainment. So, we stretch the truth.
Wait
We
a
change
minute.
things
Okay.
up.
All right. No, but that's okay. What he's saying there, because you're
No,
known
I'm
as
saying the
being
truth.
huge.
We
Yes.
lie, we stretch it. Something
But you're
happens,
telling us
we-
who it's about. You're telling us it was about. You're telling us, because you talk to Biggie every day, you are totally credible on this subject. This is not something you're hearing someplace else. You know, because this is a breakthrough. Our show's been trying to get this for 2 years.
Well, what I heard, calm down. What I heard was it was about Anthony Mason. That was the rumor. You know, that was a very strong possibility rumor. It was about Anthony Mason. Rest in peace,
Feels like
because
he's
Ed Mason's
backtracking.
one of my favorite Knicks ever.
Yeah, no, but that's good enough for me.
That's good enough.
Close enough.
That's good. We're close enough. We've done important journalism here today, Fat Joe. I feel like we've changed. Like we've been after this story for a while.
It's been a quest.
Yes, it's been a quest, and I feel like you've just arrived. You've been the guy who got us there. Thank you for that.
Damn, I feel like I'm WikiLeaks or something, right?
Isn't there a memorable story involving you, Big Pun, and Mike Tyson?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's not an easy one, but that's not a fast one. Well, one night we had a show in Jersey, and the clubs closed early in Jersey. So we want to go to this legendary club in Manhattan. It's called The Tunnel. Now, The Tunnel was like people get shot, stabbed every week. Like, you got to be out of your mind to go there, and we still would go, right? So we go to The Tunnel. Long story short, it's just me and Pun. So the security in The Tunnel, there's these guys. The Tunnel was like gladiator school. So they had guys 7 foot tall, cock diesel, 300 brolic, like monsters, right, that would be at the door. So they're telling Pun to take off his Timberland boots because they want to search his boots to see if he got a gun or a knife in there. So Pun is like, Big Pun, I'm double platinum, I'm a superstar, I'm not taking off my boots. So he starts arguing with one of the bouncers. So they're going back and forth. F your mother. No, your mother, your mother. So I turn around, no, your mother. You know, and we start going back and forth, right? So now I'm like, yo, Pun, just chill. So it's like 3 a.m. And Pun is like, no, your mother. And the Pun knows how to really irritate somebody. So next thing you know, it's 2 bouncers. No, your mother. Then it turns into 3, 4, 5, 6 bouncers. No, mother. Yeah, so now they're like, 6 out of the 10 bouncers look like they're ready to fight. So Pun is like, yo, man, I go to my trunk. I did, you know, whatever. I said, so I go to Pun. You know, my brother. We're going to fight all of them. But I'm like, yo, Pun, we're going to get our whipped. But not bad, like really bad. Like terribly in here, bro. I don't care, your mother, this and that. So I'm realizing, oh, we're going to have to fight these guys. Like this just, he's not going to let it go. We're going to fight these guys. These guys are like literally monsters, steroid freaks, right? So boom, now it's 8 out of the 10. These guys. So I'm like, yo, Pun. So I'm like, so we going to, out of nowhere, you hear one little voice out of nowhere go, hey, yo, Pun. Hey, yo, Pun, yo, Joe. These dudes over here. I'm like, so I turn around. It's Iron Mike Tyson with the kufi on. He just came out of jail like 2 weeks ago. So he got a suit on with the kufi, just came out of jail. I'm like, oh my God, it's Iron Mike. Pun's like, yeah, that's something. Yeah, Pun, you right. Let's bust your.
Time to play the game that is a master whistler. See or no?
Master Whistler? You tell us what to watch on television tonight. He can't whistle.
And he just told them that he could.
He can't.
On MSG Buffalo, Sharks and Sabres.
No, thank you, but I'm going to cover a fight here recently that involves Landon Krause. Landon Krause is in the middle of this fight, and his father seems to really enjoy this fight. His father behaves a lot like my father would in these situations. Yeah, that's my boy. Doesn't matter whether he wins or loses, he's just throwing haymakers. Woo! Yeah! My father would take his own shirt off and do that over his head. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I will treat this as people ordinarily do when there's a circumstance where a guy's out here fighting in public and his dad would do something like that. I guess that's just how those boys are raised.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, but when you fought, I was too busy cleaning up your blood, buddy.
Yeah, there is that. There is that. That's what he would use the shirt for. He would take it off and just mop up the blood with it.
In Charlotte, Nets and Hornets.
Oh, Christ almighty. Did I mention that I miss football a great deal? The Nets are horrific in every way, and the Celtics have all of their future first-round picks. Remember when Prokhorov was going to come into the league and he was going to change the world and he was doing backflips on jet skis? Now he won't be caught anywhere near the stink. Bomani, are you intrigued?
Wait, we don't even have a blooper or
No,
anything?
nothing.
Like,
No
you're
video.
You're
Nope.
just going to talk about the game?
That's right. Yeah, I don't blame you there. Poppy, how about you? Are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? You guys are sports experts. Name the coach of the Nets.
The coach of the Nets?
That's right, the coach of the Nets. Yeah.
Name the coach
Who
of
is
the
the guy?
Nets.
What's his name?
Wow, let's name
That's
some
it.
Nets. Let's see how many Nets we can name in general. We've got Brooke Lopez. Who else? Go, Bomani. You got anyone?
Jeremy Lin.
We got, what about you, Poppy? You got anyone?
We took all of his.
No, you're avoiding the question.
Trevor
Brooke
Booker.
Lopez. No, I know that.
Bogdanovich. I'm avoiding the question because I don't know the coach of the
coach,
Nets.
man.
I don't know the coach of the Nets. Do you know the coach of the Nets? He doesn't know he's the coach of the Nets.
Really, who knows who the coach of the Nets
Nobody
is?
knows. You can't even get it on Google. Go ahead, look it up. You won't find it. Google won't give it to you. Google doesn't know.
That's all the time we have today. Thank you for watching.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Gracias. See you mañana.
Kenny Atkinson. Wow.
look at
I reached deep into
Yes.
my bag of tricks.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Kenny Atkinson.
Wait,
That's right,
wait a
buddy.
minute. Are you saying that Kenny Atkinson is the coach of the Nets?
Yes, that's what he said.
Are you sure?
Self-satisfied. Look at that.
Should I know Kenny Atkinson from somewhere else?
Who is Kenny Atkinson?
Did he win a sweepstakes or something?